Air New Zealand. I've sure had my fair share of things to say about them over the years. Mostly I've been positive, though expressed some worry about their move towards including the shenanigans of low-cost carriers. Well, it's 2023 and I'm back.
I'm thinking I'm back!
Flying to one of my most favorite landings in the world in Queenstown. In fact, I took this exact flight back in 2018. Well, there's been some changes since then. So let's see what it's like on the A320 from Auckland to Queenstown. I took the bus over from the international terminal, though you can also walk by following the green line. Air New Zealand, like Jetstar, as well as many Asian and European carriers, have a 7-kilogram weight limit for carry-on baggage. That's only 15 pounds. They claim that this is for, quote, your safety and comfort. I'm sorry, but that's
bullshit!
It's to get you to check your bag, which reduces boarding times and gets them that sweet bag fee money. Yes, they aren't the only ones, but it's still a dishonest premise. Air New Zealand has a host of different fare classes. I booked a flexi change fare as I wanted the ability to get on a later flight if my separate Fiji Airways flight was delayed, which it was. I paid $139 US for the one-way ticket. Cheaper fares, seat, and seat plus bag were only a few dollars cheaper. The Air New Zealand domestic terminal has large windows onto the runway and apron, but it's pretty small. There's the Air New Zealand Koru Lounge that I didn't have access to this time, but I covered last time. So I made do by sitting in a free massage chair. Boarding started 10 minutes prior to when it was scheduled to begin. Last time they had simultaneously boarded through both the front and rear stairs, but no longer. They boarded from the back to the front using the jet bridge. The A320 is exactly what I'd seen before in a 3-3 layout. Rows 1 through 12 had more legroom. I was in row 13. The seats are fine, the legroom is fine, with no in-seat power or Wi-Fi at all. There was gum on the tray. We pushed back, and besides the usual suspects in Auckland, I was surprised to see so many Wamos A330s, a Spanish airline. How did they get here? Turns out they are being wet leased to help Air New Zealand's fleet while they wait for more deliveries from Boeing and having retired their 777-200s. The safety video played on the overhead monitors. Air New Zealand has some pretty amazing safety videos. While nothing can ever top Taika Waititi playing Gandalf,
during takeoff or landing, brace yourself on the seat in front of you.
This video was tied into the current marketing campaign of Tiaki's journey, which was really cool to see the representation of Maori culture, but some of the connects were a bit of a stretch.
If an emergency were to happen during takeoff or landing, tighten your seatbelts.
Tāne Mahuta is the guardian who breathed life into the world and gave us the wonders of the forest, including the very air we breathe.
And if you need air, oxygen masks will fall from above.
Tangaroa is the guardian that gives us our oceans, lakes and rivers.
Your life jacket is within easy reach.
Tuanuku is our Mother Earth. She's the sand and ice, the fields and mountains. She is in the ground under our feet.
While Papatuanuku gives us natural steam, smoking and vaping are not permitted anywhere on this flight.
At night, Ranginui shows us the way home. His stars guide us and connect us to those who came before us and those who will come after us.
If we need to evacuate the aircraft, emergency escape path lighting will show you the way to the exit.
Flying time was an hour 40 at 34,000 feet. Let's talk about service on Air New Zealand's domestic offerings. In an effort to appeal to business passengers like the shuttle services in the US, Air New Zealand has Koru Hour flights, which have free wine, beer, and cheese and crackers that depart between 4:35 and 7:05 p.m. Monday through Friday. My flight, being at 2:30, had no dice, sadly. Service consisted of a bottle of water, tea or coffee, and a choice of a cookie or corn chips. There was no soda, no booze, and nothing else available for purchase. I got the tea and a cookie. It was from a shop that I later visited in Queenstown, and was pretty good, though my waistline definitely objected.
Put that cookie down! Now!
As I mentioned, there's no Wi-Fi, so what can you do for entertainment? Well, there's the quiz! Fortunately, it's on mute, but if you ever wanted to be tested on random New Zealand-specific facts, you can do that. I had my camera out to hopefully catch a glimpse of Mount Aoraki/Cook, which I saw last time. But we flew on a more northerly route, so I had nothing but a view of the ocean and clouds. Here's what it looked like last time. But the most exciting part of the flight is the landing into Queenstown. As is tradition, we were given Air New Zealand candy as we began our descent. What makes landing in Queenstown so remarkable is, well, the Remarkables, the mountain range that surrounds the airport. Flights employ a required navigation performance system that allows the plane to know its exact location through the mountains and valleys without relying on ground-based sensors. Pilots need Queenstown-specific simulator training to even land at the airport. The approach to the runway is through a dramatic valley, with Lake Wakatepu at the other end. From the cabin, you see the mountains rise on either side of the aircraft as it lines up on the runway. Then it's hard on the brakes to bring the aircraft to a stop. We then turned around and taxied to the terminal. So Air New Zealand domestic. All their flights are under 2 hours, it's perfectly fine. The service is always welcome, the crew friendly, and the flight was on time. I do wish for Wi-Fi and power though. The international configurations, as well as the A320 Neo and A321 Neos, have at least one of both. Of course, whenever I'm critical of Air New Zealand, the response is always, well, what about Jetstar? They have to compete against that. Well, okay, fine, I'm reviewing Jetstar too, so click here to see that when the video goes live. But now, I'm off to an incredible sightseeing flight to Mount Cook, which you can see here, or click here to see the entire playlist. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.